Okay, I'm doing something a little different today. So a buddy of mine sent me a guitar, and I'm gonna be trying to turn that into a beat. So for today, I'm gonna be mostly just worrying about the melody. So I've already started to chop it up a little bit. He sent me two different things. So I've got this original. And then the other thing he sent me was just two notes back to back, which is what I asked for. I asked him to do this. And so he kind of just riffed for a little bit and then sent it to me. So it's very simple, very repetitive, but that's literally what I asked for because I wanted something that I could try to, transform into something else or something a little bit more unique. But yeah, it just keeps going. Anyway, we're gonna worry about this one first. So right before I hit record, because I forgot I was going to be recording this, I started moving this around because I want to get the timing right for this. And I'm going to turn it down except for certain parts. A little bit of delay on the end of it. Now I'm going to put some retro on it. If you've never heard of Frank Cole on YouTube, go check him out. He's got some cool Pasher presets that essentially act as like free versions of otherwise paid plugins. Maybe this. And then you can move this one back. So I do want to add a little bit more to that effect. So let's kind of do this. Okay, now I'm going to use a limiter to make sure everything's loud enough. I want to pitch this other one up and see what it sounds like. I like that frequency range better. Like, it may not sound good right now, but the frequency range I like better. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Put some retro on it and add a little bit of distortion and a little bit of reverb. And we'll just turn it up as the volume fades out. Might alter this more because it's kind of busy. So I want to see what happens if I stretch it out. That sounds kind of cool, actually, a little bit. So let's look at the original guitar. So it's like a lot of, what is this, around 1,000, 1,300, 2,000, and then a lot down at the 1 to 200. So I'm just going to do this right here, and this right here, and we're going to click and drag this to the other guitar. And so now this is on the other guitar, and I'm just going to keep these down and bring these back up on this one so that it's not actually not bringing these frequencies down. And this one's got a lot going on right here in the 600 range. So I'm going to come back over to this one and take out a little bit from the 600 range. So somewhere in here. This also looks really loud right here, so I'm just going to pull this little part down. I might add a piano or another guitar, I'm not sure yet. Na, na. Na 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 na. Playing at the same time is too much. I'm not really a fan of this second guitar. So what I might do... Okay, so basically what I did here was I duplicated the pattern that I wasn't a fan of. And on the first one, I took out like everything I didn't like in the high end. So I basically scooped everything out of the high end and really focused in on a couple of frequencies. And then I duplicated it, and on this one, I took out everything except for like the lower mid section, and then I played them together, and then I EQ'd a little bit more, but when you play them together on top of each other, I don't know, it sounds a little bit more full. I also have this one slightly separated. Actually, you know what? What if I only add distortion to this one? And and since we're mostly using my buddy's guitar, his nickname is Slim, so we can call it like Slim G for guitar. Okay, now I'm going to make this sound a little bit more realistic, so I'm going to randomize the velocities a bit. I'm also going to go through and randomize the times of many of the notes. And normally I would add more effects to the piano, but in this case, I already have a lot of stuff going on with the guitar, like distortion, reverb, delay, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if I want to use all the same, effects that I used on those, because then they may sound like they're in the exact same space, and I don't always want that. In this case, I kind of like how this sounds more forward, and this sounds more in the back. And I think I'm going to make a second piano and make it like a simplified version of that. So let's do that. So I took away some of these flavor notes up top, and then I took the existing notes and just moved them forward so that they're hitting at the same time as already notes that are already there, so that there's less movement and less happening. So it's really not that much more simple as far as the notes that are being played, but notes are being played at the same time instead of at different times, so it sounds like less is happening. It is kind of the same thing that I normally do, and just put halftime on stuff. However, I don't know that I want everything. I think I just want like the simpler parts of these. Okay, I'm gonna put half all of this. That sounds really cool too. Every time I do that, I'm always surprised, and I don't know why. It always sounds cool when you just take all of the melodic pieces that you have, consolidate them together, and throw a halftime on it on 2 bars, and it just sounds cool almost every single time. Okay. So this is more or less what it's going to look like. I may take out some of the piano and like when I go to actually finish the song. So this will probably be duplicated, maybe twice, depending on how long I want it to be. And because I've got piano playing pretty much the entire time, I'll fade it in and out really aggressively so you're not always hearing it. Or I'll end up, taking it out of a section or two or something. But this is more or less what it's going to look like. So let's listen to it from the top.